Hey, welcome back to Unconventional Itinerary. Today I'm going to talk about what happens in the event of a natural disaster and you have damages to your house, but you don't have the money to actually pay for them right away. So stay tuned. So I'm going to share my experience with the SBA. Hey, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Heather, and before you continue to watch this video, make sure you go hit the like and subscribe button. So for those of you who have been following me in my journey over these past few weeks, you know we were in Mexico. Hurricane Sally had hit Northwest Florida, and my house had some damage done to it. I didn't find out the extent of the damage until I returned home, and that was close to the end of September. So originally I had roof damage, Mackenzie had damage in her room from the leaks, the fence was messed up, just a, little other thing. The siding of the house was off a little bit, and also like some of our drainage and our ceiling part that was in our sun porch was coming down a bit. So what happens is you have to contact your homeowner's insurance. So that's what I did. I contacted them. And I filed a claim and I told them everything that I noticed and I took pictures. And what happens from there is that they send out a field adjuster and that person comes out and they, take pictures, ask questions, they document. And these people are definitely not on your side, by the way. They are not in the interest of the customer. They're actually in the interest of the company itself. So once that was done, my insurance sent me paperwork and they were only cutting me a check for $1,500, and that was after my $4,200 deductible for my home. And the deductible was high because it's hurricane insurance and it's 2% of the total cost of my house. So I am like, oh my God, what can I do with $1,000, $1,500? There's no way I can possibly afford to pay for a roof, pay for a fence or anything. Like, I knew my roof was going to be close to $10,000 and I knew my fence was going to be a couple thousand. The same thing for my deck. I had deck damage as well. So I was doing my research online because I didn't want to take out a regular loan because I knew the amount that I needed I most likely would not be approved for. And I just did not want any hard looks on my credit. So I came across a article about the SBA, which is the Small Business Association. And what they pretty much do, they provide grants and loans to small businesses, but they also have an area where they also provide loans to people, homeowners that have been in some type of natural disaster. So when I first tried to apply, I couldn't. I had to apply it at FEMA, the FEMA website first, and see if they would give me assistance. Originally, I was not able to apply with FEMA because our area was not stated as a natural disaster at all. So a lot of petitions went in the community, and people in this area were fighting for it because, one, it was a natural disaster. So many houses were messed up, were destroyed. Two, our main bridge in Pensacola is completely non-operable. The bridge hadn't even been used for a year. It wasn't even finished yet, and a huge barge slammed into it. And three, even some barges ended up in people's backyards. So this definitely was a natural disaster. So a few weeks had passed and it was finally declared a natural disaster, so I was able to apply with FEMA. Of course, FEMA shot back and stated I had enough insurance to cover it, so they didn't give me any funds, which was fine. There are other people that needed the funds more than I did. I was just interested in getting that number, that file number, so I can apply for the SBA. So how the SBA works, it's a very, 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 very slow process. It's super slow process. It took me almost 2 months to do everything, to get everything done, like from start to finish. So after you apply with the SBA, you give them your FEMA number and they ask you a whole bunch of questions, what natural disaster it was, what's wrong with your house or your property, are you the homeowner? You have to answer all these questions. So pretty much the same thing I did for my homeowner's insurance, I did for that too. And after I did that, maybe about 2 weeks later, I was contacted by them. And the person that I spoke with, he was asking me questions. Now they do pull your credit report, which is fine. I did not have a problem with that. I can't tell you if you have to have good credit. I can't tell you if you have bad credit. I really can't tell you. I just know what my credit is. And I was approved for it. And my credit is not in the 750s, I can tell you that. And nor is it in the 500s either. So I guess I have good credit, fair credit, somewhere around those ranges. So they ask you, okay, what do you do for work? How much do you make? And I said, I make this amount. I don't work. I get, benefits. And they said, okay. And then they asked me about a few things that were on my credit report. And I said, okay, well, this is this, this is that. And they said, okay. And then, the guy was asking me, okay, well, we can possibly approve you up to this amount, but we won't know for sure until we have someone come out to your property and see. So I said, okay. And he said, whatever amount they give you, always take the highest amount, because it's better to have more money than you need than not have enough money and then have to ask for more money. So I kept that in mind. So after that, another week or so passed, and another person contacted me, and they said they wanted to schedule a walkthrough to see what was wrong with my property. So I said, okay. So this lady came. She's not from the area. I think they're stationed out of different areas, so they travel. So she would do the walkthrough. I showed her everything, and she said, okay, well, I'm going to submit everything. And she did that, and it was another wait game. And there's a lot of waiting with the SBA. It's not just like a typical loan. Like, I've applied for loans with Navy Federal before, and I apply, you get the confirmation that you're approved, and you get the money within minutes, and then you go about your business. That's how quick that is. But this process is really, really long. So after she did that, a week had passed or so, and another person had contacted me, and they said, hey, we just got your file. We got the information from the field adjuster that came out, and this is what she thinks that the amount of damage you have, and this is the amount of money that we're going to give you. So altogether, the lady quoted that I had about $32,000 worth of damage, and that I would be approved for $32,000. So I said, yay, that is a good amount, because right now a roof is going to cost me $12,000. The fence that I was quoted to be fixed is almost $10,000. And my deck to be fixed is about $8,000. So that's pretty much close to $20,000. And that's not including the damage that was done in the house. So I said, okay, that's cool. She said, okay, well, once you accept it, you just have to do some paperwork online and submit it. So I did that. I did that paperwork, and maybe 2 or 3 weeks had passed, maybe 2 weeks had passed, and I received another email from another person. Now this person was telling me that they're my loan closing officer and that they're doing all the paperwork. So she kind of went through everything, and she explained that I would receive $25,000 up front, and the rest of the money, the $7,000, I think that's about right. Yeah, so $7,000. If I needed more, then I could get the rest of that money, but I have to, do more paperwork, like add the SBA to my homeowners association paperwork. I mean, not homeowners association, my homeowners insurance paperwork, and a few other things. So I said, okay, that's fine. I probably won't even need the whole $32,000. Okay, so I said, okay. So she said, the documents are available online, but do not print them out and submit them. I think I missed that part, because I think she wrote that in the email and didn't physically say it to me. So when I got notification that, the documents are ready, I printed everything. And then I went back to her email, and it says, don't print anything. So I had it all printed out, and I just waited. So that took about another week. So that paperwork came in, and it was in a big folder. It was, I believe it was green in color. It might have been another color. It wasn't white. And it was pretty thick. So I had copies for myself, a booklet for myself, which were copies of everything that I was signing. And then it was individual copies of everything I had to sign and turn in. So I did that immediately. And I took it back to the post office and I mailed it off in a green envelope that came with it. You do get communication via the email. That's how I knew like my application had been approved, all the different changes within my application. Like I was always kept up to date and everything. So if you are struggling, you know, right now during or any national disaster, and even for small businesses too, you can apply. They will help you out. They're just like really easygoing. It wasn't, you know, anything like too crazy like they demanded from you. And what I did like is that you have a year offset, so you don't have to pay back that money for a year. And the loan is good for 30 years. It's like crazy long. I'm probably going to pay it off way sooner than 30 years. That's a long time. And like for me, my total would be, I think I was paying $100 a month for the next 30 years, something like that, if I took the whole $32,000. But I don't think I am. I'm just going to stay with the $25,000. And that's pretty much it. You don't have to show receipts or anything. I asked them that because I don't keep receipts too often. But I'm just like really thankful because I really did not know what I was going to do to get my roof fixed, because I'm on a fixed income myself. I don't work. And that definitely would have put a strain on me. And I really didn't want to apply for like credit with different places. Like for the roofing, you can apply for a credit with them. For the fencing place, you can apply for a credit with them. And I didn't want to have a whole bunch of inquiries on my credit report at all, because, you know, any hard look is just like, so many hard looks pretty bad. Like you're just applying for credit at any place. So I'm very thankful that it was only one look on my credit report, and I'm happy that the process did take a long time, I feel like, but it was definitely worth it. So if you are in a natural disaster, if you are watching this, just the definitely takeaways from this is just make sure that the state or the government has declared it a natural disaster, because that will show up on the website. If it's not on there at all, then you won't be able to apply. And second, it's just, you know, be honest with them. Say, hey, this is not worth this. You know, I have all these issues, and they're willing to help you and everything. And altogether, I'm just thankful that Google is my friend. I found that website, that link. I'm probably going to link it in the bottom of this comment section or the description section, so you can read it. And hopefully this helps someone that didn't know, or just, you know, a takeaway for future reference. And that's about it. So thank you for watching. Don't forget, if you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will catch you guys on the next video. Bye.